did it
Yeah.
happen? When did it start to kind of you feel the impact of COVID-19?
So it started from China, like, and at that time, we so honestly, we saw a lot of Chinese uh, people coming to our store and not going to their own like community stores
Really? So
and
you saw a
coming
little
to
bit increase in your revenue.
we saw the first week was really great for us. When it happened in China, we were, oh my God, so everybody's coming. Then, unfortunately, they said, oh, Iran is the second country, and everything turned out to like too bad. So, but after a while, so it was the first 2 weeks when it started, and people didn't know that well. So everybody was like arguing and debating that busy, right? Some people were saying, "Oh, this is not as bad as influenza is, and this is not going to kill people," and all those things over the media, and people had no idea about how serious it could be, and
Yeah.
it is. Uh, because of the March and Persian New Year's, we employed and we hired so many guys. So we were expecting very busy months, but it turned out, to very scary moment for us. Our sales used to be about something about like $4,000, $5,000 on Sundays. At 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock was when I went to the store, and we were on $700.
Wow. What a difference.
And yes, and that was the moment I talked with my employees and I said, guys, I'm so sorry for saying that, but this is the situation we try to just cope with, and we try to keep the business open because we don't want to leave the market and business. Which, if we had done that, we wouldn't have been in business these days, honestly.
When you
Yeah.
saw the decline in revenue that Sunday, uh, you didn't leave, you didn't have much choice. So what was your decision? Did you lay somebody off or?
So what we did was telling them, okay, we are going to lay off the people who has another source of income, or their husband is still working or something like that, and we keep the guys who have not any other source of income in order to help them a little bit. We laid off almost four of our guys, and later we started running the business and giving them schedule in order to keep everybody like working and keep that income coming to their account. We try to honestly run the business with three people, while we before we used to run it with 5 to 6 people every day.
So did you open up for delivery or for takeout, that aspect of the,
Yes,
because everything else you cannot have patrons
yes.
sitting down, right?
So yeah, we were kind of lucky in terms of that because our business nature, like our store nature, wasn't dining. So we have a small
Okay.
shop which is mostly for delivery and takeout. But we came up with online order system which we had in place before, but we try to improve that. Now our online order system has that pick up and delivery option, so you can choose either one.
I want to find out today how my understanding is that you applied, you went out and applied for some of these programs. I want to find out from you directly, how was that experience? Was it difficult? What was the challenge? Is there any improvement or like any suggestion that you have for us?
As an Iranian Canadian, I think in comparison with, let's say, most part of the world, Canadian government did a great job. In terms of that loan, honestly, we were so happy when we heard that. And but I was under that impression that's gonna be so hard to take that part, like receiving that 40,000. Oh my God! So we have to apply, and so I didn't have that much hope at that time. I talked with my accountant and I said, okay, are you going to apply or I have to? And he said, no, I will do that. And maybe less than a week later, I saw that in my account. So, oh my God, we got, so it was super easy, super easy.
Did you have to go see them?
No,
The
honestly,
local bank
nothing,
branch.
nothing,
Okay.
nothing. They just had our account history, and was the turnover, and what we did just sending them our payrolls from last year, which was over that 50,000 minimum. And
Hmm.
yeah, everything went through very smoothly. So, and
Good. Good.
we're all amazed. Oh, thank God. It gave us that peace of mind, and we said, okay, now we can deal with the landlord. So, because our landlord, we were lucky. Our landlord didn't push us to pay even when we approached
Oh
him.
wow.
His his representative said, okay, no worries, we'll talk. And yet to come, we are just emailing him, hey, like my full-time job is uh, working engineering consultant. So our company, our consulting company applied for that 75% subsidy, and yes, they're receiving that, and that's why they didn't lay off anybody.
Right.
So
Right.
that was, yeah, that was another opportunity which I saw, like I've seen myself. And that 75%, which is supposed to be negotiated with the landlords and is to be taken place, that is another good, piece to make everybody's life much easier, especially the
That's right.
tenants, uh, commercial tenants, because this is really hard. As I said earlier, we lost our profit, we lost our margin. Like now we are almost 50 or 60% down in terms of sales. And so, but as you mentioned that there are some certain and constant costs like hydros and powers and
Hmm.
utilities and all these costs. So you cannot say, okay, I'm not going to pay them. You need to pay them. Doesn't matter if your store is like receiving one order or 1,000 order. There is a ratio, but there is a like limit for that. So you can play with that issue, but not at all, not paying.
I'm
Yeah.
very happy to hear that you were able to take advantage of the government program. So there's a couple of suggestions. One is to follow closely to what the province and what the feds are saying about guidelines and protective equipments. You need to give to employees. So when we do open up to the public, business as usual, your employees are protected. So that's one thing that to look into. Second thing is look at various programs and look at have a 6 month plan, with different scenarios. If the business goes study like this for 6 months, are we going to be okay? If it's going to go down another 30%, are we going to be okay? Like situation, different scenarios, because we really don't know what it looks like. But one thing is for sure, the federal government this time they understand that this is nothing we've seen since World War II, and we have shown our commitment to support our people and our businesses. We are relatively healthy in terms of our fiscal situation. So that puts in a position that we can borrow money, we can issue bonds and whatnot, and we're still very competitive in those markets. So if we need money, we can get more money. Okay, so that's the assurance I want to give you. We don't know what the economy looks like, but going forward, one thing's for sure is the government is going to stick with its people and its business, maybe going by specific industry to industry now, because we create a big framework for individuals and small businesses. We've seen investments that are targeting the oil gas industry, agriculture, fishery, Air Canada, So maybe if there is a specific issue happening with restaurants industry or other hospitality industry, let me know. Let's keep in touch, and we will make sure the support is there.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to hear that the programs, the money is actually getting into our community and helping people like yourself to survive or to get past this COVID-19. I'm very happy to hear that, and I'll take this back to my minister and the prime minister and let them know